Right, Ebusia, like video share more before for now on also any be and say on subscribe to the channel and also Adaruma subscribe and be part of the Ashanti Media family. Na yenina yenhwe emom na Chairman General Kwame Sifakan atnase na one Nana Akomea ene Kwesi Pratt Jr. Amatimi abrobro nsem super enya asem ketwa enei minority omu demand ene omu expose omaye on Bank of Ghana ye omu losses a omatimi make ya ene minority no hremu a 44 billion ena Bank of Ghana abok omino eka enya asem ketwa sanso ena BOG nso se 15 billion na eno ana na Akomea hremu se nsemu a ekoso no asifim ni nyina ne se ene se Bank of Ghana ebo man no huka na aboama inflation ene afesi di no aye stable nanso ko adwama so ukọ Ghana this year asitremu na reflectia. What is the essence, what is the importance of that? Achese wabrobo nsem so pa enya asem ketwa na mepese ye begibre na yakwakotie na na Akomea the finest nsem a odi egu apono so na yenso yache yadwe
Kwame
Nana
Bank of Ghana insemi so kai say Kwame say Bank of Ghana ye juma fano inflation so mo ye juma say ebebo Ghana inflation who buy wo Ghana so ne be ya nkosro pi anasa mo ye juma bia ebebo Ghana economy no a no mo ye say juma na ekebi bemu a central bank PA we are seeing ya omudi say juma yi tori bia omuboka so obakai English memu Britain ta yakofa Ghana ni bi mo be di finance minister so kai
Kwesi kwatin
e ma yenya ye ni je ho pa na so odum ne see sa time no omudi hihye bi ba ya pound sterling no a crash in so okay Bank of Ghana bought Samre said to save the British pound. And bank central banks we are seeing here what this say jumano to be omoboka. And think Bank of Ghana and so aboka and Kenya she
Nyasim
but unim Kwame okay Governor Addison.
Oh, very well. Immediate past government.
So no brand kebi buy. Na Dr. Addison the bank no mo try say Samre COVID no ne sa Ukraine in tokwa Russia and tokwa na economy no ekọ ahun hie mo pa. Internet say Bank of Ghana ebemu to save the economy that time no. The fan of fuel, a fan of oil, no electricity. Na niema pi bia na ekochima tinese omo bemu omo boka 60 billion samre no so kind of you men this for kind e be cross governor no yenche no as me say me be kind and some to force in the pump for kind ya ho be true. That's just 2-3 years ago so enti e was happening and no Bank of every central bank or mejumo mo yen to be a kabam so na kabam mumre bia etwa bi so udum sama mo amukan enti enano mo so mo akwakoboka so mo mo so mo obi ankan enti problem no wo say wo no wadwen da form tie ukwa ya kutu nkrofo no fo kutu amfo why and then no it's something pia and amom ho akire om de nya agina omo nsam om kekan yo and na hwedum so ya abe so kai nsam om kan a time light off so kai so kai
so kasa na so ka ho bi ye nipa nan ne odem ana ye num on ye nyina na kasa ana ye tiefo
inti on crowd for no wahu Mobile galamsey someone mo katre Ghana for na president would to me bia the bejai betia galamsey no ba so yes state of emergency we mobile still a galamsey na cost nti na mo nsem na mo kikan e no na ye problem no enye so bi time opanyin to kwa kutu omfo Bank of Ghana bought Camry maybe a chairman answer. Muslim Tibida. Say na must push a car, Modiaba. Kwame na ubisa the quantum. When him say American will treat.
Nedodo.
Na openyi can say na Bank of Ghana can no one no cry. Minority funds on ya drain, ya no mo nya drain. Yanso figures na Bank of Ghana and Kasa e di aba. Kwame. Report na Bank of Ghana di aba. Almost say open market operations. Almost boka 15.6 billion. Almost say almost the boss seed in who buying any inflation.
15.6 billion.
And normal boss I cannot to bring inflation down to 3.5%. And I found the boss seed no buying. Then open market operations. And we come boy a 15.6 billion. But Kwame statement no man kasa the buy no. Your friend BB other comprehensive income. Other comprehensive income then year. Businesses be a Bank of Ghana, to say be a bank hospital.
Okay.
Any Juman be no me and say be ye. I know your core business. Your normal friend no other comprehensive income. Because I know your core. And so I'm boka 19.32. A one statement no. Ode 19.32 your mobile on the other comprehensive income. Now the car normal ball on operational aid no friend almost 15.6 now. I got 34.95. And no man can almost statement on the buy no can say almost ton yen gold. 13 tons of saying omunya 9.57 billion.
Dollars or cedis?
Cedis.
Okay.
So man tons are gold now. We use 9.57 now man ton gold now. I can in 44.5 billion. That is it.
Say it is more than they say they have.
It is more than normal accounting standards or more use no. Bank na accounting standards no. I'm saying no the for enkan on the other comprehensive income. This almost side businesses. I want statement no more. Any gold no more ton. I'm on fan count. But those international finance reporting standards, I say more the count. Into the anumia kahua a canoba 44.5 billion.
I must say 44.5 say numpoa steady stabilization aba inflation aba from it's a price to pay. Say near Joe Jackson car for example say it was a necessary expense. I will say your boss akano. Yes, Anna.
Na openyi kasa no see na maybe 60 billion 60 billion na abaye ya 15 or 44. I say that forget the fan put 44 and ye omobo card maybe 60 billion. Kwame openyi tama ye dia o man e hye mo nsem no na sa 60 billion no in 2022, I reduced to about 9 billion in 2024. So I check it. From 60 billion in 2022, 2023, it came to 13.
Still losses.
And at 2024, me share projection. 2024 about 9.49. And a momo pager at the 44. Now, Kwame, we say ama inflation is stable na CD no so aye. Kwame.
No.
Between 2022 and 2024, the Bank of Ghana reduced inflation, almost inflation, so from 54 to 23.
Yeah.
Meboa.
Okay.
Same open market operations here. And I see the no. Now what they know, a pager from 17 to 14 point baby.
0.7.
0.2.7. Yeah, boss okay, 44 billion. Yeah, boss okay.
Ain't you some you can say bank the bank can beat me a boca, but it's a quantum. And now
is the
test will be an
no. Quantum of losses are better to 9.49 billion.
But there had been 60 before. That
it was down. 60 in 2022. And improvement the buy so from 60 the following year reduced to 13.23. And the following year, which was 2024, they reduced it to 9.49. More say about pager, a call. More say inflation. But inflation, so no, yes, yeah, a Bank of Ghana so from 54 to 23. I am boss account. CD no so na ho no a pager from 17 and I'm for $1 na ho 17 to 14 point BB. Time you do manage share mon I am Bank of Ghana boss account. But Kwame, musi a capia mo boy a mamo the inflation about 3.5. Mo the CD no from 14.7 no. Say about best 10 or say 11. But Kwame, sa inflation ya king. Me ni one cry nam ye baby no. Aye ni betria sa kawe. Inflation at yensen. Kwame. Oh about university.
Yeah.
Kwame bisa oh about university.
Yeah.
Do your hostel fees. Me boy. One cause our hostel fee I would try for this year. Any inflation 3%. No. Is it the same?
No. They are okay.
Oh, won't you say? Some inflation about 3.5.
But it doesn't affect everything.
It doesn't.
Inflation, it doesn't mean say it affects everything. Some things can
that is
go
what
up, but it's a statistical average
Yes.
based on the number of items which are put in a basket. So it is possible for inflation to come down, for hostel fees to go up.
But Kwesi Pratt.
Pure economics.
Kwesi Pratt.
Yes, sir.
You find some economics. Own why economics. But me so was pure economics. Just
I say pure economics.
Yeah, and your problem. Me real. So I would to book a crank. I mean, real. Mean car hostel fees in Kwa. You find so what's the hostel fee and come basket no. Electricity, Kwesi, electricity.
I think
electricity has come down.
Yes.
Hey.
PRC reduce here.
Electricity. Where is yours? Open Ghana for both.
So you're down to
Open Ghana for both.
No. Any water in there. They announce it.
Open Ghana for both.
Oh, no.
Eti Kwesi we see inflation we electricity then kan
Enti nana
bibi sa electricity kan ho ana kan
but wo na bisa masemo enti nya wo kan say figures na statistical service dey buy no anya no prayer mbongu statistical service wo
Debi min kan sa
wo ma di intro na
Debi min kan
because
sa
statistical service
no min kan sa
inflation you reducing it to 3.2 3%. That's the last figure I saw.
Yes.
Where we?
Aya nukra na say nya nukra. That's all.
Where we?
Kwame, you say when I be some say na you.
Kwame.
Yes.
Na Kwesi can me who mean can say statistical service figures na wrong. Maka.
Debbie.
Oh, Kwame na bisa me say. na sika yi ekapia Bank of Ghana akoboy almost say insusuanso no eye if some inflation about 3.5 nam see yo mati na ankra to say meme ne wo no sa 3 a car ya bought to bring inflation to 3.5 you know how does it affect us?
And I can say basket room we use for inflation. And you be a bit.
But then you one item per number. Maybe.
Okay.
And mean can say statistical service normal can no crime cancer. Me say I'm looking at the because so Kwame beside me. So I almost say a can because you can't car Bank of Ghana abo. And that's I can me no be betray. And I'm say can no boy you know. I might a nema boy. Send a name of cost loan. I reduce it to 3.5. It may share near my boy because my home for swar. And I'm because of my home for swar. Ultimate me tree.
But near now, share the one our basket and our statistical service usually here.
Maybe my ball electricity.
Okay. Me basket.
My ball water.
Can you
rent?
Me who no.
Sure. Maybe Titeshi. Chamber and hall Teshi. Nay at 1,000 cities busome. Me drive at Titeshi.
Okay.
2025, ya tumko 1,200 cities. That's 20%. 20%. Seminar me medicine near my sunlight. Me papa free school me percent. Also pay well. Okay. Mati. Kwesi le minimum seminar this in but
don't touch me.
Oh boy. Na no cry say kwa do ho. Sana person to catch ro. Nana, I patch you see from.
Kwesi you don't touch me. Remember the sunlight they see me there.
Nana you see from.
Open your house the sunlight they see me there. Kwame.
Nana.
Last month sunlight soap na 5 cities in tono. Last week, Mikwa Kotobi, 7 cities. That's about 40% increase. So, sachet water. NAI. Sachet water. Check it. Transport. Transport fares. And then Accra to Kumasi. VIP, which is the largest transport company in this country, from 120 to 150. Check the percentage. So, into bisa say, a car yako boa two way. Me new betray. Normal see you been home for so inflation. Any CD na can count. Me share ground na. My brabo munu me who impacting. Because Nyema Bobia Kosro is more than 3.5%. BBR. So, sa a CDA dollar is here jina fa Kwame.
Yes.
Unim the immediate effect. Ema imports. AFO.
Niema ye crab.
Niema ye crab free a brochure eba AFO. Chen niema ye wa memo. Now me the import figures for the last quarter 2025 and export figures na meaning say o topic yi kan but me for area amount. Import figures for last quarter 2025 against exports niema ye de kwa brochure. You'll be shocked. And then so no Kwame omodi new BBB estimate be about port say AI. I'm a port duties. A big cost row by 100%. Anakwame boa. Well, here over 100% port duties. It is our port duties, yeah. A cost row by 100%, 50%. And then no bar. So come in the beton.
Yeah.
It reflect in the prices. Now, Kwame, I'm a dream who said, Intisa, Ode, Yenfa Bank of Ghana at the opinion engine to see 15 billion a kaya boy. to bring the CD, the dollar from 14 to
14.7. Say, interbank is almost 12 cedis.
Kwame, the dollar any CD asemi. Dodoona ijina exports and imports over exports. Nyema ye cra. Any nyema ye ton amanone. Imbalance no. Nema demand because no obiya ampe dollar so they go kotoni them. Ye eji dollar near their cra nyema. Anambwa. Check it. Akoko. Emo. Ni nsuo kra ye kra. Esichiri. Kwame na me dream who say sa 15 billion yi so je openyi busan penyi ni bank of Ghana tuna 15 almost 16 billion CDC. What say more than $1 billion.
Yeah, by Bank of Ghana standards.
Yeah, even Bank of Ghana raised more than $1 billion. Now me dream who say Yakoya sugar factory or commander $30 million. Yentimi Emma sa factory ni juma. You see, she says you're saying another 20 was 30 million. Near the outgrowers. Or maybe GSC train. Nansana factory na juma. Better ne factory biano 2016. John Muhammad Kobiano.
Tell him says our factory and yadi be.
But because you need outgrowers new.
Yeah.
Yes, here another 20 to 30 million to organize the outgrower. Kwame, sugar ye import to Omemuha bear $100 million afibia. Tiana me dream who say, hey, Nintisa over $1 billion yeah. Yadi open market operations, they are support to $1 Senka yadi a bit ye pay kakrabe 30-40 bidi ko ye outgrow ama ashidi buyer. Senka factory be ye juma man kia save $100 million.
Well,
and in can count.
Nana.
Inti Kwame.
Medasi.
Because unimre, but depending on baby Ujina, Bank of Ghana here 15. Meanwhile, Omar Soma report to say in other income almost sign losses. But I know the almost can operating loss no. Yeah, say I saw the count because in a loss.
In January 44.
Now almost time ton gold. Gold near there 200 Japadia no almost ton. And by so munya 9 billion. We no so free more. This loss no call 44 because gold no more turn on the count in 15.8 you know what did you account one but palm no tram no the impact on the ordinary Ghanaian now me can sure say sikad ya spendi ka ya BOG di say the year inflation say the year dollar and who so and say still and Niema boa kosro for Ankranka to say me no Kwame on almost anything. Bro, sa 3.5.
Now that's it. Abigail says something is really not adding up, Chairman General. Old Squadron says long talk, no fiber. Says this one says they are always talking about rice and oil. Yesterday in the market, a small tuber of yam, Pona, was 70 cedis. I'd have liked to know, say, Kaina at saying, I say about 70 cedis. If the economy is good, why are workers' allowances due them since last year not being paid? What kind of good economy is this? And then this one from Eric Amponsa, tax expert, says, I've listened to the opinions of Professor Bokping, Joe Jackson, and Professor Gachi. One clear point is that Bank of Ghana made a loss in 2025. And that has always been the case. What has changed is the fact that BOG mopped up excess liquidity from the market instead of leaving it so that then commercial banks can take advantage of it and make money. That would have led to an increase in GDP. And so I think the Bank of Ghana should let the forces of demand and supply determine the actual value of the cedi. Eric Amponsa, tax expert. On paper, the picture of our economy looks very good to the eyes and sounds sweet to the ears. In reality, we are found wanting. we are not being told the truth. Odeshi Ajabing in Hacho. Kwesi Mpachobrem.
Kwame.
Yes, Kwesi.
Mr. Sen, be chill my drink kakra. Chill my drink because politicians nyaomoye mint yes ye. Because Kwame, me know ye name say so who Ghana and she say yeah Bank of Ghana is supposed to be independent of government.
Supposed.
Exactly.
Supposed, but is it?
The Bank of Ghana, according to our laws, regulations, and so on, does not take instructions from government. When it comes to its operations, it is independent or supposed to be independent. And in your politicians, you say, yeah, breso, ekoye, muma breso, ankoye, yeah, breso, ankoye, muma breso, ekoye, ni adiano. Politicians, omo catch is a sanshi share, or omo ndiswana. Omo catch.
Oh, that's obvious. Omo ndiso.
Nti ya jia tumu se share, ya shada ye, se ni ebe ye isika samni be koye no. Politicians in ndiso, ya jia tumu sana.
Omo ndiso.
Nti ya jin tumu sa zo.
Menka se engine tumu batomo ndiso.
And Kwame, I said, maybe in the make.
Omo ndiso, question.
Say parties meaning now. And she say, yes, and fan free sika some Bank of Ghana and fan regulatory sika some there, the Omun is so dear. And I sorry, near inquiry. I said, maybe
only any say press conference or send a Bank of Ghana and but majority of parliament in the here. And a minority so but to go into
because the Bank of Ghana is supposed to be independent.
But is it?
Say independent there. And the Monfasum Bombo and you Fakwa. And only hear me decline. I be a decline pay hear me no. Master near Tosumi, maybe I can say tree casa. And I say a casa. Now some say a mood, a mupi. I can't keep a boy. Kwame, when you when it is a media,
just space.
Higher tea, Nana Kumiankwan and the near. Yeah, in a sankwa. Oh, okay. But Kwame, when and was free and who free, no yet Manesika.
Yeah.
Now, Sikana Menyano, Midibi Quakoto. Spectacles, Masha send a bell, meet me a car, be I don't know a cabo.
Let me saw the boy in you.
Enti Sagana, my yesika, Yakopesica, I call it my dear Conesika. Near say, I dear way, anyway, near dear, a person a disicano yo. Nasi a discano call you are, and then a yeka. I can't say, Ebia, Akoto mobile phone with the FFF down chain. Wakoto ni 10 CDs. No waton na wanya 10 CDs no wabenya 2 CDs. Yes waboka. Na waninye ukoto space na ukoto no ebo no yedibi aka ho. Sa na ton no wakoto. Osi maboka, uboka sen. Awonu ni tiasia enye yi papa. Enti akana yesi ya bono. Your board na no ni esi aboard in no yen church mu ni ehu se eye car ya bo enye sika ye de akoya de a ya dwene mu ehia se ye de koyo ni ye de akoyo ni enya hu faso. That's my problem.
Question bisa se
Pacho utubi bisa
Ghana Bank of Ghana board 2023-2022 debe na kan won.
No, so we need to be Google into the Google now.
The so what? What you had me Google like that? What you am saying?
Me kai pa see me can't be pa and say Bank of Ghana no. You see, be release sika into the economy.
Omo boka 20 debe na kan wo.
Pacho.
Some we are now.
Omo here parliamentary approval.
Yes.
Bank of Ghana and parliamentary approval. And omo release sika e borrow so
5%.
A good economy, and no be na mekan.
Yes.
And no, a failment to follow regulations, failure to follow constitutional provisions, and so on.
But the kind one can
and we are different from a car.
Yes.
So I think it's important to separate the two.
Mention now can FI can.
Catch me.
Now there now can fire independence no. Bank of Ghana independence.
Me tiwe. So me na me Ghana mra me my Bank of Ghana independence. Because Bank of Ghana no obian to a bank yi governor. So ombeye yisika semaya ya baya ya to ababa no a onu na hwe yisika se no so Bank of Ghana independence. In principle no I don't support that idea. In principle I don't. But however, enu ni mbra ye di aduma sisi. Me madwin no nya no na di aduma. This is the order today.
Kwesi, interestingly, you know, me page 12 of Ghanaian Times. Now, page 12 of Ghanaian Times, but the another voice say, Professor Ebo Texan, or your economist, University of Ghana, or say the losses recorded by the Bank of Ghana in its 2025 financial results contributed to broader economic stability. Also, I drink channel.
Kwame, we the member ho, medu ho, me kikamba medu ho yina.
Okay.
Kwame, enti e kana ese ya board me nti ase da. Let's say me ti ase ya enye yi.
Okay.
But Masa Kwame mpacho me srebisa.
Me too.
Anopa metro han makan Joe Jackson, your kind. Na empenifo bebre ni omuka zi akwa working kind baako. Kwame ye miansa ye ti he wuka ho enan.
Yeah.
Ye do kotra Bank of Ghana. No more receipts ni na ye so begu anim. So more receipts, one more expenditure ni adi na ye so begu anim. Say kire say o mu nyamfaso adanso bo nyamfaso bitimi a kire.
Me hu ye.
Me ti he me hu ye.
Enya badwuma.
And if there is such a dispute, how is the dispute resolved? Me imagine Kebani sir MPP for say can 44 billion, NDC about 16 billion and so on. Why? Parliament wo ye dey. Parliament emrehye bedwam. Ana nkese wo mu tena ho no hwehwe wo mu nim die kokan financial and audit firm and I say institution be a work credibility. Say kohwe mu na be ka kire eni ehu nokura wo. Na ne ye politicians are say 16, politicians be say 30, politicians be say 44 and so on. How do we arrive at the empirical evidence? It would not establish the truth. It would not establish the facts. It is a penukura pa hua. Say adiano etisenya. Let Parliament take appropriate action. Credible institution. A proper auditing and so on. And as we review auditing now Bank of Ghana for so much. No be who say nukrenini.
Nanya the same Parliament na NDC MPP.
But beyond Parliament, what other institution do you have? And Parliament be credible financial and audit institution. No munya o mo report do mo fambeto ni ehu fili gani. Ni ehu nukre wo. What's happening?
Catch me.
Me asamu ade bia me kan na kwa me wo so na me pause o ye me dancing ni.
Me je.
So me sa GDP per capita income ni sa ni mo no me fa nya dba kwa me say wudu say de bia me sa na me ka. Titi nye ne.
O kan ya che.
Me kan ya che. E san say putoka sebo no. Eno no ye statistical average. Statistical average, no, can now boom now divided by a certain factor. It hides the true nature. And for example, say a banner say veterana say can say, oh, I feel a per capita income no and so much. On them channel. What does it actually mean? Because for all you know, no, 1% of the population can contribute to an over 100% increase in per capita income when 99% do not benefit from it. It means find that juma on them channel. And 2000 campaign President Kufuor say show bottom
was sitting
bottom ni na kisi okro na onam che enu ne hia enti me statistical averages no me shut down fanya djuma. But the reality is that Omaya Iwomi and many other nations across the world, institutions for what when we just calculations now, yadi gauge nyoma, me fan gauge nyoma, but yadi gauge nyoma. One of those institutions here, Ghana Statistical Service. Every month, Omuya report. 6 months, Omuya report. 1 year, Omuya report. And in the BSI report, my year now, the figures are brand. Figures da. Let's challenge the figures on a scientific basis. And I'm sorry. One more now, because inflation, yes, and I'm 3.3. Yeah, maybe 3.5, but figure me 3.3%. And you be a nukra na say nukra. Say nukra, it is so easy to calculate. Again, I'm going to go basket now, I'm going to calculate inflation. What are the indices you used and so on? We can have that empirical scientific argument. And then nukra near Gumon Masi. Professors Ekuku Damuya who Kinkan Wamu and Yoma Omakikan in Matronia Day.
Yeah.
They are not challenging the inflation figures, are they?
No, they are not
challenging. Institutions I can see a work Ghana economy, Legon, University, DNA, Obian challenging the rate of inflation. And the rate of inflation the person a dear Juma and not necessarily a dear Juma. Of course. The rate of inflation is reduced. I don't just say biara walk off from average as usual and so on. Inti yakano sa na ka yako yenim. Masa Kwame.
Kwesi.
Pacho. Hwe ayi dollar ni cedi no. Eba former be do 10 cedis.
9 plus crap.
Okay, 10 cedis to $1. Asan peja biem.
Yeah.
No credit. Fili. No credit da ho wo ye ho hwe nye ye. Asan peja biem. Sisi na ameti tinu say apartment ho. Wanya ebe kosuru biem. Onam che no. Identity na akoba no sa. Me madwene mu. Me class one adwene mu no a me dwen no. Kwame.
Kwesi.
Economy no. Economy na say omai ni sikasam no. Sometimes the driving factor is commodity prices. Me who say American actually, but the driving factor is commodity prices. And it's a manage economy no. Now say indications no start to say show positive signal. Bisa won't say at the end of this are positive signal no ba. So commodity prices there in the due. It sounds like commodity prices no unpredictable. BBS here a bit me asesa. Yeah. Afghanistan will be kotutu wo ha. Wanya na commodity prices na kosesa. A Strait of Hormuz it means some commodity prices and so on. American.
Yeah.
And the commodity prices no normally and that there say ye gina so pampi edi boy hon sabrane and as idibu attain etie nipa. Yeah, last time I said 2 weeks ago and I said 3 weeks ago. Kwame Ubeka me ba no. Na fits for a prediction be. Fits.
Yeah, also my prediction said.
No, my prediction be say. Sir, Strait of Hormuz in somewhere kukosu petroleum prices and shut down Kagana kesi.
Yeah.
One more just want to say, price of gold, by close of the year, we do $4,800 per ounce.
Until we can rely on that.
And no, and the fact that Ghana is a net producer of crude oil near the balance here. At the best socket here. Kwame, because I want to say, if by the end of the year, gold price now loosen your more prediction now. Because we are not in control of the gold price. They determine gold price. And that is how I want to see the economy. Me, my dream dear, Minyayanka, Ghana, and Nyoma ye war, a good year ye war, ye Japadia ye war near Diano. It will belong to us Now you are exploiting for the benefit of the people of Ghana. That's the only way out of this economy. Meanwhile, no, MPP abanyo, NDC abanyo, obian for a program better why it will make us masters, controllers of our natural resources and the sole beneficiary of the exploitation of our natural resources. That is the problem.
And on that problem, I am starting to wrap up.
Oh, Kwame, who know your chairman?
But one man in your chairman. Into what hand the man your chairman? Say me, oh your chairman.
Kwame, you randy up.
My poor monana because.
Oh, because I was here randy up. What's not our dream?
Debbie, me say me na me randy up. Me can't say yang.
Oh no, my yes, you randy up. Not if you randy up.
If you me 1 minute, I then Obeka. Obeka say so.
Oh, 1 day, so.
Aha, there you go. Into me na me randy up.
Mami two.
sir.
Hey,
we are not mommy five. Man, now could be we are not mommy five.
Me would me petre.
Me too.
Kwesi, Emma speech be. Saturday no a demonstration against Bank of Ghana.
Me a demonstration against Bank of Ghana.
Na because I cry won't tie me kasa ni ye. Markets wa a demonstration. Me say
na sa no wo demonstration. Demonstration against Bank of Ghana.
Because I won't tie assembly ye Kwesi Pratt. But me say Kwesi ukoma speech. But they no no free. And the money be our kind. Now the support can see a Bank of Ghana on losses. But today no free. Well, now Kwesi can say controversy bar. You need a neutral body. Now Parliament here was say Kwesi ubekai. God board in some by in you Parliament in Yenshim. It is our Parliament here was say with the majority and way. They are not interested in accountability and transparency. So, in Parliament would have been the best platform, but God board in Shishemu also among Penimia. Radia China Gomasa announced big profits. Yan Shishem Sunny who said I buy and so Musi Debbie. Nti baby I want Kwesi. Anna sa inflation because I'm the one because I can say statistical average. So and you spend this KP Bank of Ghana government after government to control inflation and now to bring the value of the dollar down. But Kwame, yes, I may free TTO. Yene. To be honest, oh man, inflation number, and then the first time inflation single digit. And then the first time.
But we are the lowest in a long time.
But and then the first time single digit is a yenye biacha. But
3.3
I say single digit.
Single digit.
And I'm saying but this is the lowest. We're the lowest in a long
fine. Yeah. But we are single digit 7%, 6% na ken.
But 3.2 there.
But
3.3 there.
Problem in the say na Kwesi I didn't know yentimi engineer. You man asa koso yenya single digit ida na koso CD ne ho de na peja na bafom. I yo swing time is so don't go up and down.
No 2 minutes na so.
Emre do say yenye niema ebetimi ama inflation na bafom
na
akaho ne be ma dollar no bo abafom na CD na nya ho de ma akaho. That make sense ntisa sikaya yedi your friend open market operations dollar now a cost near the dollar kakra kuchim dollar now I say near yes sterilization near the inflation and yes sustainable yen call into Kwesi Podosi Ghana for we should take control me put you have to go into production tebe nema dollar yi boy a cost de bia na si na wodin ba form na nema bo cost if se nema na ye kra ne doso sugar Nyankopon chade your factory and also intimi operate. And here this secure open market operations. Almost more than $1 billion. Chicken. Chicken I crow if you are butchery but it doesn't by far than yeah because I want
you can't touch that area.
Enti yan hwe niema ebetimi aya be masidi na ho oden no ejina ho
Nana Akomea ma me na ase
Kwame da ase
ebuja pe o ba kasa 2 minutes and also upon
oh men so me kasa 3 minutes said ya o kan na
me say 2
na o Kwame nya o deposit so be kasa 3
Nana Akomea so for ya
what is through na time
okay bra Kwame
yeah
me da say na nsɛm ni nyina na mse yakwan na yase abesi kwankoro so he say Nana Akomea can be say yemomodi ase inflation no ye betumi ye maintain no say be ye lowest nti dey say ye nkura ye nyina ye mbasa ni nyina adwene ahia na omo na oka ho asebe no open market operations no enu an ye gusu yi nti ye hwe say Bank of Ghana koye biribi na bia won sikasem wo de betugua ye nya se de be ka so won aboka nana ni maintain this
omo aso maboka
o de ate se de o person wo kan ye kan sa se wo be bu modi aye na emum inflation e be ba from so be kan ya Professor Mills time inflation about 34 months lowest single digit ye nya bi wo kuro mu ya o manyi mu da be pem sa abre ye mompai na me kan kire Nana Akomea hye won etie ne minority young people from Kuranse. And namely, import cover your woman, Yanya Kurado, Yanya about 13.8 billion for 6 months in import cover. Say, emergency be to your woman, able to be the aboy. Yan share one eye, yes, Casemso to force in the Bank of Ghana. 1 year, no more than say, Sabi ever con and
say import cover near
13.8 billion. Imprinting Yameno Casay. Yeah,
which is the Bank of Ghana reserves.
Yes.
Reserve no now can.
Yeah, reserves.
There be import cover.
Import cover there has to be. It has to be a period.
No, but
Nana Akomea be tutu name.
playing.
4 months of import cover.
6 months.
5 months.
Mrs. 6 months.
As okay,
6 months. Yes. Until the amount finance minister can say, on my home by next 2028, you know, you bet to me about 15 months of import cover.
Some better 9.1.
You better 9.1, and also now 2 to 3 months.
And I'm on gold.
Yes, gold and yet to be a account. And the background,
gold no they are increasing.
Yeah,
and Pacha we shall pay in no. Why? In no.
Bravo, yo. Near Kwesi Kaya made that back on the show. Also, young moment. Na ye natural resources na ye wono ye mo ho ban ka ye ma Ghana fo entumi manage wa dan fo Ibrahim Mama na anu ya ne nsaka diamond di no tumi mobilize nyina wan fa bia nkwa ama no ne e no de ama ban no watonga ma Ghana ban e ma sike wo mu ne enya dollars e ye cedis mpremprenyi e na tikuro mu ha enti mfaso biara e beba no e wo ha me ne bra Kwesi ya adwene si ye bo modern di bebre ka ho ne de nyina hini ne ade a akai ka ho man ni epo na chi do man na fuaso na so fuaso ni Ibrahim Mama be ye nyina no sa sika ni nyina betai ha ye hwehwa afufuro ni emfa nhye won sasa sadia edrimu nhwe no ngani ehwamo mahama asem ni say big push no nki ye de magana fo titiriw won atubi aye ho adwuma enne road minister Buakofu contractor ba ko ye Ghana ni say wo de adwuma ma no over 6 months di ye ko ho na ground zero ye hwe say Ghana fo no so ye de adwuma no hye won sa obetumi execute na ma ye nyina